Did you arrange all of this yourself? Oh, to have you do such strenuous work yourself. I should have come to your aid earlier. I have neglected my duty as a maid. You must be tired after a hard day's work. I'll brew you some tea and prepare your favorite snacks. Please rest well. Oh, such a tidy room. It reminds me of the Knights of Favonia's guest room. Now, if it only had a few cute decorations, it would be even more cozy. Let's go buy some when you have the time. Yahoo! Fully equipped alchemy workshop. And arranged in a rather reasonable manner as well. Even if an experiment goes, explosively wrong in here, a specimen stored in the storage cabinet shouldn't be damaged. Huh? When did you get here? I mean, I've been itching to conduct this experiment. Is it okay if I go ahead and do it?
This is a fine study. The books here are considered quite rare. In those material catalogs from Mondstadt, perhaps they might provide some competitive market advantage. If I had to say one thing, it would be that the decorations are a little simple. It wouldn't hurt to consider adding more presentable articles of furniture.
Your study is indeed unique. All of these rare books. Many of them can hardly be found at Wanwen Bookhouse, or even in all of Liyue. If I may so ask, where do you usually collect your literature? Perhaps you could share a tip or two with a friend, my liege?
Oh, a place suited for quiet research, I see. Not only are reference materials readily available, but you can initiate experiments at any time as well. This is truly a mage's ideal workshop. You really are a cutie after my own heart.
The people of Liyue follow a multitude of rules when arranging the furniture in a study. These decorative arts can largely be organized into 3 schools of thought and 9 areas of specialization. You have never heard my explanations on the subject, and yet you still avoided every taboo. Perhaps some tacit connection is formed between us during our journey together.
Let me quickly inspect the ingredients in the kitchen. After all, you will most certainly need wisdom to turn limited ingredients into a dish that can keep you full for an entire day. Oh, yes, thank you for preparing these. If you're not averse, you're welcome to try some as well. Quite the dignified study. May I use it as well? In that case, I hope you don't mind if I stack all the star maps I bought over here. I still have those things I bought on sale. If I want to maximize my use of space, I'll need to plan this out more carefully.
This study, it brings back some memories. As a child, I tried all sorts of ways to avoid books that taught aristocratic etiquette. But to no avail. I had no choice but to memorize them all. Forget it. It's all in the past now. I shouldn't get myself down. I must look ahead to my new life.
Most endearing. Who would have thought that one might find such a study outside the treasure trove of the Magus, custodian of books? It is worthy of one's extended stay, and may invoke 7 blessings of the Prinzessin out of 10.
What mein Fräulein means to say is that most of the literature in this study is of interest to her.
You have good taste in literature. Large bookshelves and a fireplace? This would be a most comfy place to put my feet up. I must reward you well for making this place so cozy.
Oh, it's you. Ah, morning. Remember. I never thought that such a perfect study could exist outside the Knights of Favonius headquarters. I would certainly feel at ease here, whether it be while reading or working. Thank you, Honorary Knight. I am very satisfied.
Kitchen. Ingredients. Confusing. In the forest, we don't use. I want to learn, other than hash browns. Can you teach me? After making, give to you and Lupico to eat.
This camp is flawless in every way. It's just a shame that there are no bones lying around. With a little renovation, perhaps this place could be used for even more valuable research. Are you interested? Can you help me?
Oh, how familiar! This place is very similar to my hometown. But you don't have any bars and drunkards here, right? Perfect! I'll find a room to settle down in.
Villages are for people. Sometimes I want to visit. If you are here, I am not scared. Thank you for bringing me.
Promise me that once the grapes ripen, you won't press them into juice. Grapes are best turned into delectable wine. I just remembered my days back at the winery. Why don't I let you in on the secrets of winemaking? Staying here feels like being in Mondstadt. The only difference is that I won't be bothered by any of my duties as one of the Knights of Favonius. Imagine bringing a bottle of finely aged wine here and having a taste. Now, wouldn't that be bliss? When that time comes, let's chat as we do right now, friend.
Whenever I go for a stroll around Mondstadt and see the citizens happy and free, I feel deeply inspired. The knights perform our duty precisely so that the city's residents may live in peace. The atmosphere in this park is excellent. Thank you.
I didn't expect you to be into this kind of thing. Growing grapes. Are you taking a page from Dawn Winery and making your own wine? Not a bad idea. If you succeed, remember to call me over. I'd like to try some. This environment is quite relaxing. The sisters working at the church shouldn't be able to find this place, so I can rest without any interruptions. Thanks for telling me about this place.
These facilities will make it much easier to maintain our weapons. After all, I must be ready for battle at any moment if I am to protect everyone. Thank you for doing this. You are also someone I want to protect.
You've got a top-notch tent here. And the knapsack on the floor is a limited edition that costs a ton of mora. Oh, if Benny's adventure team could deck out everyone with gear like this, then I wouldn't have to worry so much about recruiting members. I don't want to put you out or anything. High-quality ores, a flawless workbench, and an enormous anvil and furnace. Amazing! It's just as good as Mr. Wagner's smithy. You could fix anything here. Please, let me rent this place.
One has witnessed how you have poured your heart and soul into the pursuit of the heavens and abyssal moon. Travelers, their appetite for adventure insatiable. Surely do they leave the most brilliant marks upon this paradise.
Mein Fräulein means that she enjoys the style of adventurer camps. She never grows tired of it.
It's a bit rough around the edges, but we have weapons, space, and everything else we might need. So, limber up and let's go a few rounds. Don't worry about holding back. This place ain't half bad. I like it.
Whoa! This orchard smells wonderful! The apples must be super big and juicy. And these bunches of grapes weighing down the dense vines. They'll become delicious wine one day. Why don't we sample some of these future wines? It can't hurt to enjoy them a little. Come on, open wide. The park is one of the most pleasant places in the city. Most people taking a break there are relaxed and in pretty good spirits, so they're always willing to listen to a song or two. Let's work together to make this park even more beautiful.
You built such a spacious campsite! Amazing! Can I practice my archery and scouting techniques here? Or maybe we can practice together. Let's compete and see who wins. Newcomers who are learning how to use wing gliders will practice simple exercises in Springvale. Most of the buildings in Springvale only have 2 or 3 floors, which is an ideal height for those still getting accustomed to gliding. However, please remember to glide legally. The rules also apply here. Blowing through this park brings with it a familiar scent. This would be the perfect spot to rest on a nice afternoon, listening to the sounds of the water. It's just so relaxing. Thank you. I love this place.
How did you know that I was worrying about finding a place to practice? Simple tents and a traveler's pack? Good thinking setting this up around your house. Many thanks for the trouble you went to.
Ah, such a rich aroma truly makes you feel refreshed and alive. I've tasted dishes from both Liuli Pavilion and Shinue Kiosk, but you can't fully appreciate a country's cuisines if you only stick to high-end restaurants. I leave it to you to bring me around and taste the local snacks and specialties, all right?
Why didn't you tell me about this fancy pad of yours earlier, huh? There's good wine and fresh food. Good stuff. Come on, join me. Tell me some stories about your adventures.
As I thought, your understanding of the... Would you be interested...
I've observed Liyue from the Jade Chamber for years. Every building and every tile is etched into my memory. I cannot sense the slightest feeling of discord from this street. It is quite a rare find indeed. Your ability never ceases to surprise me.
This place captures the atmosphere, yet avoids such disturbances and clamor as are common to the city. Your design for this street is most exquisite.
This camp is interesting. The lodgings and the furniture are crude, but if you look closely, the layout does seem to have an order to it. It's tribal. Feels a bit familiar, but different too. Maybe if I stick around long enough, I can learn something from this land.
You wouldn't see any operational mistakes in this commercial area, even during a busy festival season. I can tell that you've put a great deal of time into this. Do you plan to attract more shops? I can provide you with legal support. I didn't know you had such a knack for home decor. This bedroom is quite suitable. Speaking of the decorations, did you shop around to compare prices? And did you make sure that the artisan fees were at fair market rates? Take me along next time you go shopping for furniture. I'll help you check all of that so you don't unexpectedly overpay for anything.
Oh, living a peaceful life in the countryside for years on end sounds suffocating. I'll use my rock and roll to bring them a new experience and stir up some long-lost enthusiasm. No time to waste. Come on, help me set a stage up. Practice really tuckers me out. Gotta fill up on some food and drink. Wow, there's a lot of food here. I want to try out each stall and see which feels the most rock and roll. You coming? I want to see what floats your boat.
This is a nice workshop. Looks like I will be able to continue my research here as well. I believe that you must have acquired some sort of secret art that allows you to copy things from the real world. Is this not so? If you don't mind, I'd like to conduct some further research with you. Perhaps it may be of some help to you.
A kitchen? How intriguing. You know, I used to cook quite often. Let me show you a thing or two. The arts of cooking and war aren't so different. Tasting your opponent's dishes is also a form of battle. I wonder, dare you accept my challenge?
The flourishing city of Liyue developed from small streets dotted with a few shops, just like this one. You have a talent for many pursuits, as well as a boldness of spirit. To me, each day spent with you is as valuable as gold.
To Chuhu Rock, but if you look closer, there are a lot of differences too. Let's go look at different restaurants together and see what makes each place unique, okay? After that, I'll open another Wanman restaurant right here. Make my escape. Chefs can't be picky about location. No matter what kitchen appliances there are, I'll be back to cooking like I normally do after a few practice rounds. Of course, you can't skimp on ingredients. Only the freshest will do. There isn't too much stocked here. I'll whip up some food for us, so could you go and help me buy some ingredients?
For a makeshift base, this is well put together. Whoever was responsible clearly knew what they were doing. The tents are sensibly positioned in relation to one another, and the fencing shows they were well aware that danger can approach from any direction. It's reassuring when you know you can rely on your companions.
Time to go. Time to go.
Getting a good rest is indeed key to being productive in one's work. This bedroom has everything, except for one item. It needs a clock to gauge time with. I'll find some time to accompany you to shop for a clock, lest you oversleep and miss something important.
fascinating copy. You have attended to every fine detail. Even the feeling of the wilderness that one can only experience when adventuring themselves. Alright then. I'll go ahead and start sketching. Would you mind if I make you the subject matter of my sketch?
After returning from a long journey, it would feel nice to rest here before heading out again. Weapons can go there, and sigils can go under my pillow. But where should I put my parasol? I suppose I'll just put it by the door.